You're listening to the Health Powered Productivity Podcast by RaderCo. I'm Marcey Rader, founder and chief productivity lead. This podcast's mission is to give you and your team bite-sized, time-saving, focus-boosting, health-improving tips that you can implement right away. Now, on with the show. Do you feel controlled by your digital devices or held captive to every ring, ping, or buzz? Do you experience phoneliness or loneliness when you're with other people who are on their phones when they're with you? Or maybe you are the one making other people feel lonely. May 5th is Digital Wellness Day. This was begun about 5 years ago by the Digital Wellness Collective and is designed to equip individuals and organizations to achieve well-being in the digital era. Last year, over 7 million people in 36 countries participated. I was one of them. I am not anti-tech, and neither are the people spearheading this movement. They have websites. They're on social media. They use technology. But we promote healthy tech life balance. And as a certified digital wellness practitioner through the Digital Wellness Institute, that is a focus for RaderCo. We're currently in the attention economy, where human attention is scarce and valuable. And ironically, companies want higher productivity, but they're inundating their employees with the very things that decrease it. Over communication through messaging platforms, email, virtual meetings, notifications, and more. Doesn't mean we can't use it. It's just we're using it too much. Switch tasking between tasks, content, or thoughts all day long leads to more mistakes, up to 40%, and is tiring for our brains and leads to decision fatigue. Have you ever felt like, I worked all day, but I don't know what I did? I worked all day. I can't tell you what I did today. Well, that technoference, or everyday interruptions caused by our technology, this has become a habit. And it's all the switch tasking that we're doing. We don't even realize that we're coming out of our focus zone to answer a text, or we don't realize we're phone snubbing or phubbing our partner or child when they're telling us about the latest movie they saw or what they heard from a friend. Have you ever considered the irony of your interest level in someone you don't even know and how they respond to a post you wrote, more than you're interested in the person standing right before you? Your husband or wife or child could be talking to you and you're checking to see if somebody commented on your latest post. We have all done it. That's because you get a feedback loop. We get this little dopamine drip or this temporary feeling of pleasure or desire each time we get that, and we like it and we want more of it. Those like buttons are a drug. To prepare for Digital Wellness Day, think about your relationship with technology. You can even take a test and get a free digital wellness checkup at digitalflourishing.com. So here are some ideas and tactics that I use personally and for RaderCo that you can too for Digital Wellness Day and beyond. Phone-free times and days. My husband and I have practiced phone-free Friday nights for a few years, where we put our phones in Do Not Disturb mode at 6 p.m. every Friday. We have device-free zones in our house. We have an infrared sauna and no devices are allowed. We can read books, meditate, journal, thinkitate, do nothing, crossword puzzles, but we cannot take a phone inside. Besides that, it would be very damaging to the phone. But we even can't leave it outside and go in there with earbuds and, listen to a podcast or something. Working out. That is my time. So I have my phone set up so that as soon as I start a workout on my Apple Watch, my phone automatically goes into Do Not Disturb, so I don't hear any texts or calls on my AirPods. My time. No phubbing in restaurants. Whoever I'm with in real life is more important than whoever is messaging me on a device. Studies show it is not enough to have our phones on a table, even if it's face down. It should be out of sight. Check out one of my favorite videos about this. It'll be in the show notes from Simon Sinek, where he talks about how, if you put your phone away or, you put your phone over face down, it's like, ooh, how magnanimous of you. I love it. Also, limiting news. Social and news feeds are unlimited. There's no stopping point on the feeds. We just get sucked in. So I don't have any social media or news feeds on my phone. The only social media I'm on is LinkedIn, and that is a true story. It's not that I have accounts on those other channels and hardly ever go to them. I really don't have a Facebook account, an Instagram, Twitter. I don't have any of those. So I'm very limited. Instead, I ask Alexa to play the latest news every night. So for about 5 to 7 minutes, I get the latest for that day, and then it turns off. And that and my 20-minute morning daily podcast that I listen to, that's pretty much all that I get, and everything else I get from my friends and my husband. Unsubscribe. I unsubscribe immediately from shopping channels. And unless I'm waiting for a shipment, then sometimes I'll wait until I get that shipment, but then I unsubscribe because, if you're somebody that thinks, oh, but I won't know about the sales or something like that, well, maybe that's a good thing. And if you are concerned that you won't get promo codes, then you can use the Honey extension. If you download the Honey extension from Chrome, then you can search and see if there are any coupon codes easily. And then you don't have to worry about getting all that stuff in your inbox. I also unsubscribe from anything I don't continue to receive value. And you could even do this with our Weekender Snapshot newsletter, although I hope you don't. It only comes out twice a month. But if for some reason you found you were deleting it all the time, just unsubscribe. Unfollow people who give you heartburn. For the love of unicorns, why are you following people on social media feeds that don't make you feel good when you read their posts? It's called social media. Anything social should be leisurely and fun. Even if it's your Aunt Sandy, hide her. She won't even know. Careful commenting. When you comment on other people's posts, ask yourself if you would say it to their face. Or ask yourself, would you stand up in front of a networking group or your entire company and say it? If not, then don't post it. Screen-free lunches. Take time as often as possible during your lunch break to step away from the computer device-free. There was one study of 4,000 people that showed that people rated their happiness 275% higher if they were eating their lunch. One study of 4,000 people showed that people rated as happier were 275% more likely to eat their lunches screen-free. Got that flipped. But yes, so, even if you think you don't have time, just 5 minutes of your lunch or 10 minutes of your lunch. And I'm realistic, maybe not every day, but maybe the goal is more days than not. And I have, another podcast on screen-free lunch. I have blog posts on screen-free lunch, videos. I am an advocate. And that same study showed that scrolling social media at lunch actually decreased happiness scores. Now for companies, consider email-free Fridays. At RaderCo, we don't process or send emails on Fridays. And you can learn about it in our email manifesto, which is on our site. And I have a blog post as well. But in the show notes, it'll link to our email manifesto. We work on Fridays, but any emails that we need to send out, we send it out the following week. If we need someone, we will, call them, actually use our words and voice and pick up the phone. And it's funny, I messaged through Voxer, a coach of mine, last Friday, and because I was working and I said, I'll send you an email. And then I was like, wait, what am I doing? I'm Voxering you on a Friday. Shame on me. So I had caught myself. But, 99% of the time, we do not have that kind of communication on Fridays. No task Fridays. We also don't assign any new tasks on Fridays, so we aren't giving people the Friday dump. All of our tasks are due between Monday and Thursday. And if we're working on Friday, we might finish a task on a Friday, but we don't assign something to be due on a Friday, Monday through Thursday only. Communication charters. We implement communication charters, companies can implement communication charters to determine the proper channels at the right times with the right people and create clear guardrails on when those things should occur. And that's something that we help with at RaderCo. And then lastly, a communication matrix. Make it clear who needs to be addressed, who should be copied to avoid overloading inboxes. And ideally, you have a project management system like ClickUp, like we do, so you never have to update via email or messaging again. I've said it before in other podcasts, but we don't email each other. Our internal team, we never email each other. Everything is within ClickUp. As a health-powered productivity company, we coach individuals on better screen time habits. And as consultants, we work with organizations to develop healthy tech life guardrails, from implementing quarterly email and meeting-free days at a biotech company to creating the communication charter for a fast-growing government contractor. And as speakers and trainers, we teach team members how to put it all into practice. 30% of professionals feel they can never unplug for fear of missing an internal message, and remote workers feel telepressure even more. And this leads to burnout, anxiety, and high rates of attrition. My crystal ball says that companies prioritizing digital wellness will be sought after in the job market, especially by millennials and Gen Z. You could become one of the pioneering certified digitally well workplaces by partnering with us and the Digital Wellness Institute. As you think of your digital wellness as an individual or a company, consider your next steps and feel free to reach out. Happy Digital Wellness Day. Let me know what you changed to promote a healthy tech life balance. Thank you for listening to the RaderCo Health Powered Productivity Podcast. The resources mentioned are linked in the show notes. We encourage you to check out our recommendations page on helloraderco.com/recommendations, which lists all our favorite products and services. If you found this podcast valuable, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone you know that could benefit. If you want an eye-opening process to plan and reflect on, giving you the superpowers to see your remarkable accomplishments, experiences, and key lessons earned along the way, check out our Powered Path Playbook. It's an interactive digital course and analog tool that leverages your past and powers your future. helloraderco.com/playbook. Many of our listeners use our podcast as discussion points for team meetings. If you want tailored team training or coaching, reach us at helloraderco.com. And lastly, if you're looking for more bite-sized tips, get a sneak peek of my latest book, Work Well, Play More, Productive, Clutter-Free, Healthy Living, One Step at a Time. It's 1 year behavior change in productivity, clutter, and health in novice, pro, and master levels. It's waiting for you at helloraderco.com/gift.